Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to use matrix to solve system. In my previous video I showed how to use a TI 83 plus calculator to use to solve the system linear equation. Now what if you don't have a calculator? How do you do this? First and foremost, you need to write this system into a matrix. So this is how you should write the system into a matrix. So these are the coefficient of x and y, and the x and y here. This is the constant terms to the other side of the equation. Now to do this, the formula is if I name this is a, this is x here, then this is b. What we're going to do, a inverse times the b. That's how we're going to find the solution of the system using matrix. Now if you don't have a calculator, you need to know how to find this a inverse of the matrix 2 by 2 matrix using determinant. So how do I find the determinant? The formula for it is, if I name this, first term is an a, b, c, d. The formula for it is, I'm going to write it for you. A inverse should be found as 1 over a times d minus b times c times by, you need to switch a and d. Element a and d should be switched. So 5 here, let me write it for you first. D here, then a here. You switch the a and d, then switch the sign of c and b. Now let's apply this formula to this 2 by 2 matrix. If I do this, 1 over a times d, which is 2 times 5, 10, minus 4 times 6, 24. If you switch d and a, so 5 is here, 2 is there. Switch 5 and 2. Then change the sign of c and b. Right now I have 4 here, so it's going to be -4 and -6. Now, so if we do this, there's going to be negative 1 over -14, 5, -6, -4, 2. If you do this, I hope you're following along. This is gonna be, if you multiply all the elements by 1 over -14, this look like this. I'll write it first, then I'll simplify later. Now we can simplify each term by using, if you can use calculator to simplify this. If you divide 5 by -14, should get, so your a inverse should be -0.36 if you round it. Then negative cancel. 6 divided by 14 should be 0.43. Negative cancel. 4 divided by 14 should be 0.29, and 2 divided by -14 should be -1, -1.4. Then you, according to this formula, times this, a inverse, this is your a inverse, right, times that by b, which is 80 -1. How do I multiply this? 2 matrices now, row times the column. So if you do this, this is going to be negative 0.36 times 80 plus negative 0.43 times negative 1. Again, row times the column, 0.29 times 80, let's see the parentheses here, plus negative 0.14 times negative 1. If you do this, I'm going to use calculator for this part, multiplication part. Negative 0.36 times 80 plus 0.43 times 29, so which is around close to 29. 29.23. I'm going to use this in one line. So 0.29 times 80 plus negative 0.14 times negative 1. Should get 23.34. So this is the solution. If you write this solution as a coordinate points, this will look like, which is pretty close to the real solution. I hope this makes sense. You understand, if you don't have a calculator, how do you do this? You need to find the A inverse by finding the determinant using this formula. If you have a calculator, I prefer use calculators for this multiplication, for this metric system. Thank you. I hope you understand this. Have a good one.